So there's a lot of advancement to be made between these two players. Not sure about sound right now on our end, but looks like we have broken right on into things with the Sephiroth versus the Wolf.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what goes through their minds to make them pick kind of their secondary characters, because I saw they were going. I know originally Smirk went Roth because he didn't really like the Ridley matchup with him that much, because Ridley just has so much warmth to the scale, like nair, forward tilt, forward air, back air is pretty decent size.
Absolutely.
But
and Wolf with a lot of safe boxes, a lot of just safe pressure when you're in the corner like this, and Sephiroth is a little bit of a paperweight.
Yeah.
He's going to struggle a lot to get back on the stage. Does have the beefy form of his up B, but getting massively called out for the placement of that down B.
May come out on whip, but that doesn't make it safe.
So,
combos.
Smirk finding himself at a deficit. Good DI from Rydra to just get away from that man before any aerial comes in and pierces your heart into the side blast.
Came in and got the bayonet hit of the laser, but not the actual laser. That back there is huge. That back
Very good call out of jumps out of the corner by Smirk. And Wolf
he
running out of resources.
He had a good angle, it just
and is also not saved by Sephiroth's own recovery.
Yeah.
All right.
Snap at him, snap at him.
Yeah, just, give him a song, give him the rhythm. And Smirk doing a very good job of bringing this back to roughly even. And Rydra choosing to be defensive on this Pokeball, punishing that up B with his own grab. And the corner pressure, not getting mileage other than a quick forward air. Smirk patient on the ledge. Sephiroth's ledge hang very, very low.
Yeah. Oh, he actually did something
Still
about
gets got by Wolf down tilt, though. Interesting, but obviously not the hardest punish possible.
There's not really much that can hit Sephiroth off ledge. He could even just kind of chill, like when hard fire, he's just chilling at the ledge.
And now Smirk finally bursting out of the corner here with his own aerials, and not quite flanking, but definitely just committed to chilling over here pretty much as long as he needs to.
Yeah, Sephiroth could definitely mix up what he wants to do. If he wants to just sit there and just kind of bounce around a little bit, he can stick to the stage.
Exactly. Smashes a 4D game,
ledge,
and he can play with time as much as he wants. And so sitting at 163, not something I would expect ever out of this character. So light and with Wolf's various boxes. But this will be a regrab, and fades back. First back onto stage, and the first dash attack doesn't work. What are you going to do?
The snake special.
Oh, precisely. So at 103, this is not lost. Manages to land.
No panic air dodge, so he's
and reasonable DI on that down air. But Rydra caught in the corner. We do want maybe to get like a decent string of bread and butters before we ultimately lose this stock to taking that katana through it. Oh look, it's
right there.
Yeah, but only gets 24.
I'm in 2 pieces now. Right about now,
I love 2 pieces.
I doubt he'll go for it, but he's definitely around the kind of fair side B percent.
Exactly. Rydra coming back into this new stock, no longer worried about kill options particularly, allows him to be a lot more gung-ho in his approaches and just rack up quick damage.
Get that sour back there twice. I think it's pretty interesting though, like that the sweet spot on the back air for most of Sephiroth's slashing was just like kind of in the center, like a little bit beyond the center.
This was the one time we saw Rydra commit to the down smash at ledge, and he did not get mileage for it. Gave Smirk backstage. Smirk just lives on this ledge. This is his home. He pays rent.
And it's funny because it's kind of vice versa, because when Rydra's playing Ridley, he'll just
down tilt trading with up B and dash attack at exactly even percents off by 0.1.
Where is your head,
and
doggy?
Catches the landing. An excellent clutch by Smirk to close out that game 1 in this best of 5 loser semis. So now we play this game. What on earth stage do we go to, and what on earth character do we play?
I think Ridley's coming out.
I could see it. I could absolutely see it.
And then my prediction is if he wins with Ridley, Smirk will stay Sephiroth for one more game.
Still staying the Wolf, though.
Okay.
All right, commitment to it.
I won't speak no more.
Interesting. Maybe he just considers this a very, very negative matchup against Sephiroth, but Ridley being positive against Ken is massive.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go!
All right, same old stage, same song and dance. And Rydra probably pretty thoroughly convinced that he had the capacity to win that game. It was just being outplayed on his last stock that really made it go in Smirk's favor.
Them sliding dash attacks good. Down tilt.
These defensive options in Smirk's face just not getting punished significantly. Excellent chase on these techs.
Man musters up so much power in those 2 steps and then just unleashes that hit. He doesn't put very much effort into his regular run because he's saving it for that dash attack.
Not very often that you see the Sephiroth just pulling out the down B just to kind of vibe check you. It gets great damage. Wolf at 90, there's countless things Sephiroth has access to that will close the stock out rapidly. But his own stock in jeopardy, being chased on a missed tech with down smash. Early percent, but Sephiroth wait. The trapping out of Sephiroth, the sword is so massive and covers so many options.
Nice.
But doesn't have his resources.
Oh, yeah,
Does not
you
make it
can have
back.
the jump, you
Yeah.
try to-
Stuffing the jump is massive against that character. There's only so far that that uppy will take you. Even helps.
Yep.
And we see kind of the same dance that we saw in the earlier game. Rydra on the previous stock of what Smirk has just lost. And sitting at a high enough percent that he has to respect a whole lot of options and he plays very passive. Going a little bit too wide to try to avoid the piercing down air on the ledge.
You didn't want to see the sword get the stage through his forehead, so looks like you try to keep it away from the ledge because he didn't get far enough to get to actually grab it.
Now, these back airs out of Wolf are a great way to just take backstage for yourself. And now
Ooh,
recovering landing.
nice.
The reversal of that nair. Very intriguing. This is a
Yeah,
regrab,
you're
but
not
exactly the
punishing- you're not
beefy is
punishing
a
that.
specific way to say, oh, did you want to punish this regrab? Did you want to touch me? Oh, I'm
Wait,
sorry.
regrabs exist?
Regrabs?
I'm
What?
Sephiroth. Sorry, I didn't know that.
I want to make a kebab. I don't really care what this ledge is up to. Excellent roll behind and grab on that particular tilt.
It's kind of a little bit risky hanging there just because
And now,
Wolf is a borderline swordy, so if he angles that
true.
forward tilt down,
yeah, Wolf neutral
downwards,
B is absolutely a sword.
Yeah.
And now Rydra is actually respecting a whole lot of the space that Smirk commands at these ledges.
Oh,
Catches the roll away, but doesn't actually get the damage for it. He had the right read, just not quite the execution.
Forward tilt
And-
at ledge. Forward tilt, a mid-tier character of its own.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, didn't
Oh,
charge
didn't
it.
quite. Unfortunate. And that's just exactly the payment that Rydra wants for using that side B to come back aggressively to ledge.
Nice. The
Now
Mewtwo
dash attack still killing off the top. 161, and now we're on perfectly even percents, even stocks. Taking a little bit of a moment to regain his composure and aggressing deeply into Smirk's face. Getting our bread and butters. Waits out that get up, but does not quite get the mileage he wants because Smirk manages to spot dodge.
God dang, that dash attack's so active. Many different launch angles too. I don't even know which hit of the dash attack launches you where it just does whatever.
Now these footsies, and Wolf brings feet to the footsies.
Good. It's a set escape. It's a good ledge trap option.
Oh
Get
yeah,
back
the,
with
the
it.
sheer activity of that move just allows you to get so much out of it, cover platforms with it. And Smirk having to respect it a whole
Oh my
lot, gets
God.
caught by dash attack at ledge. This was the one situation where Rydra went, oh, you're planking. You're doing this same
like,
song and dance that you do at ledge.
You're facing away.
I am
That-
giving you a massive hitbox for it.
That back air takes a little bit to come out, but
Mm-hmm.
this boot.
Oh, this boot will swiftly escort you to your fate. Enjoy.
See you next game.
All right, now, same old characters. At this point, I don't know if for this particular matchup of these players, we can expect it to be pretty much, secondary fight.
Yeah.
I think Rydra is attempting to make Wolf more of a main than before because Ridley is lull character.
It's a good decision for sure. Solo maining Ridley could definitely be impressive, especially for
Mm-hmm.
because while Ridley can do well, some of the matchups are just kind of overwhelming for him,
Exactly.
and it's hard to get like aggressive characters off. Because Nair's pretty decent, but
Yeah, but Smirk, on the other hand, just has access to the Sephiroth as a way of saying, I understand that if I play Ken, I am opening up Pandora's box with you.
exactly.
So I'm not even going to give you that.
Nice.
Excellent call of the roll.
The
And
simple turnaround.
yeah,
reads.
that positioning just tells you, hi, just so you know, I am in your brain right now. What are you going to do about it? Because once you
Oh,
acknowledge that you've
nice.
been read, you're going to start changing your options in a way that is more passive, more scared, and more get away from me. And Smirk calling it out, thusly catching those jumps to take that stock, and getting a little bit impatient himself on a landing.
Now, I was going to comment earlier about how good he is with the Sephiroth counter, but he hasn't landed a single one. Like it's either whiff, it's just whiff, and he's got killed twice from it. Rydra's like, sweet, thanks for the kill. I don't have to work for this.
Yeah, these juggles out of Smirk are going exceptionally. Doesn't quite catch Rydra on the air dodge in and loses stage for it. I like these early jump fares out of Wolf rather than waiting for you to do something on my field, doing strictly out of field options.
It hits above and below. Not as quick as Nair, but it's got you a little bit more space control.
Sort of a very deliberate anti-air undershoot. Now Smirk, we see spot dodges, we see rolls. He, at 104 as Sephiroth, is very anxious to not die right now. Get some more mileage or get potentially an early stock, use some rage.
Hopefully that 1 week stays. I'm not entirely sure the exact. Oh, super
excellent armor on the down smash and up tilt catching jump. That's a great way to close out this stock and immediately resumes the game plan of planking. Kind of retreating a whole lot. Seph has to be the zoner of this matchup. Wolf is the aggressor. And
Wings. Wait, no, King is not online anymore.
And catches your neutral getup, back throwing you. That would kill a lot more than Sephiroth.
Yeah. I mean, with all the kill options that Wolf has, why not a back throw too?
Exactly. Everybody in this game got a yeet. Now, feeling out one another, but these Sephiroth aerials, if you play this, footsie and threat range-based game, are always going to go in favor of this massive katana.
Not sure if that was...
Yeah, the frame data on that F smash is going to get Smirk punished, but Rydra at 84 bursts into Smirk's face, trying to call out a potential roll-in.
Nice activity on that.
Exactly.
Just
the Nair is going to lose to that massive sword and struggling to land here. Both these players respecting each other a lot, pressing a lot of shield buttons.
I thought he was about to kiss the knee for a second and let that back air rock, but then he just jumped right back to the stage.
Yeah, the dash attack that took the previous game is definitely on board, potentially. That shield barely surviving and doesn't have the frames quite to do that. Back throw threatening to kill, but not quite. We at least put Sephiroth off stage. And once again, this is a regrab. Down tilt is the only option that's really going to catch that very low ledge hang, and it's also just less committal and quicker.
And Rydra, he knows, like he's very comfortable on the ledge with Ridley, so I'm sure he knows how to kind of just wait around ledge flanking with other players.
Oh, I love the way he navigated through that. That looked like just the most, if I'm playing Wolf generically, this is an up smash kind of moment. But very clean option chosen and catches the regrab, not getting quite caught by the beefy. Excellent play from Rydra. And now, Smirk, potentially, you have to wonder if the Ken will come out. Because he might go Ken just for a game 4 and then switch back once Rydra has the opportunity to switch to Ridley.
And that is one of the glories of Smash.
He has hovered the Ken.
Selected the start.
They have pressed the start button. This is going to be an entirely different game, a whole lot less zoning, and a whole lot more boxing right on in your face, trying to get my combo starters and trying to kill you at like 90.
Trying to stub them toes.
Very aerial neutral from Smirk so far. And finally finds his way into Rydra's loving arms. Gets some bread and butters, but his feet are not here for show.
Throws the slow Hadouken. Sees it coming 90 years away, still gets hit by the classic.
That's a bit strange. I would have expected auto turn to cause that to be a follow-up before, but he just kicked in the wrong direction. Now Smirk's corner pressure is immaculate, but Rydra using a whole lot of movement to get right up into your defensive range.
Came out the last minute, which usually saves Ken and Ryu in situations like that. You're still alive. But you did eat right.
In the corner out of Smirk. Not quite killing yet, and especially with no rage and lots of shield pressure, but Rydra just navigating his way out of there with movement rather than a shield. Sort of checking. I was about to say checking on how much of it he has left, and he brings it out again and immediately gets popped for it.
Sour forwarding too.
So Smirk bringing it back to dead even and chasing Rydra in this corner out of his defensive options. Potentially having access to a spike, but retreats back a little bit, gives Rydra some space, waiting for an overshoot. Spot dodges the attempts and gets his own. I was going to say confirm into Shorey, but it doesn't kill. That
mix up.
That absolutely You do not want to be
You don't
getting
even-
hit by Smirk's spike right there into imagination.
And that's the danger. When you're above him and he gets that proximity jab.
Exactly.
and Get that. At lower percents, he gets you
I mean,
the
yeah,
DI mix up.
Dragon Punch has a purpose in every game that it shows up
Yep.
in. You are up there, and I want you to be way up there. Oh my gosh, he's still alive.
Try to
Saves
get
his
him
jump
with the
very
side
aptly.
B spike just in case he up B a little too early.
I respect Rydra's attempt to get a very, very early stock, but does not actually close it out there, and only gets Smirk to 106. Smirk respecting a whole lot of Rydra's space. Advancing through the blasters.
Learns this time not to tech in place.
Exactly. Yeah, Wolf doesn't have the particular movement to really chase you on a roll away unless he commits hard to it early, and then you can recognize that.
It's like a side B, but you could go ahead and buy a drink from the concessions and come back and punish side B.
Precisely.
And
Up
then
tilt,
the
catching your jump out of that corner. The Rydra evens up the stocks, but is sitting on his own percentage deficit of 64. Air dodging the ledge, that looked precarious.
Oh.
I like these SDI mix-ups from Rydra. Feeling his way, trying to get it confirmed, potentially into Shoryu, potentially into various horizontal boxes at the ledge. I love this shield pressure. Rydra, take your finger off the button right now because we do not want to see that one more time. That is so scary. That is precarious. He's not quite getting it. The trade not favoring Rydra here. Excellent patience on the ledge. Smirk finally choosing to go in and try to cover the linger, but Rydra navigates his way out.
Focus dash away with that nair.
Last hit, last stock scenario. Great shield pressure out of Smirk, trying to get
nice.
Rydra on that platform. Smash out of shield isn't doing it.
Go at the leg. Nope. Elbows.
No.
And
Makes his way back. It's
doesn't
not
get the
quite
sweet
killing with that
spot.
back air. No way.
Oh.
Piercing through the ledge with that uppie, and it
only
killed
got
at
the-
150.
He only got the first hit. Or he
Smirk
would've won
got
that
himself,
game.
exactly, he got himself that game 5. That looked like Rydra's game to lose just in that moment after the back air.
I think.
Getting caught out.
I think we'll still see the Wolf. To be honest, I think he's gonna stick with the Wolf. That's my prediction.
It's an interesting call, because Smirk is the one who's obligated to pick his character first.
Yes.
So I think we could see back to Sephiroth Wolf. You have to wait for Ken to, or for Smirk to actually lock in Ken,
Yeah.
and then it's a difficult decision on Rydra's part. And it's kind of a difficult decision on both their parts. Although he's now hovering the Ridley, so I mean Smirk knows that it's present, and he's opting for the Ken.
He's down for the matchup. He does have really good frame data. Frame 3 up tilt, frame 2 down tilt.
Mhm.
So when he does
The-
get in on Ridley, he can stack it up because Ridley's not
Yeah.
a heavy.
The real
He's just
key
big.
aspect of this matchup is just Ken's disadvantage is that much more precarious
Yeah.
with the existence of Plasma Breath, with various ways to pressure you to get onto the
Downwards
stage
angle
again.
forward tilt since Shorty doesn't actually snap ledge.
Mhm.
Ooh, nice dash back.
Yeah, that command grab is going to be showing up a lot. It's very good at aggressing into Ken's space, but a fade back can cause a massive hard punish out of it.
Especially excellent for scared players on a platform that are in their shield. Try to get proximity, it looks like.
The damage so far has just been massively in Smirk's favor. Ridley, heavy, not like heavy, lighter than Samus heavy, but like
Lighter than Piranha
perfectly
Plant.
going to survive that, and Battlefield Blast Zones are decently forgiving in those kind of situations. And Rydra choosing to just slow this game way down. And as soon as he speeds it up, as soon as he gets bored, gets hasty, I think I have you in disadvantage. I'm going to pursue this tech chase. Popped.
And then drops down with an
Just
immediate
for you.
down B.
I mean, you got Angel Platform involved.
Yeah.
You can pretty much be as creative as you like. But Smirk giving himself, or this is Rydra's stage pick. I'm going to say Smirk giving himself a lot of these platforms to retreat to in the face of things like Plasma Breath. But this definitely makes sense as a Rydra
Yep.
pick, just the high
That
ceiling of it.
that's patience right there.
Oh, absolutely.
As soon as he saw the neutral B come on, he's like, yep, this is my jump in. This is my down air. This is my damage.
Excellent side B covering jump and waiting it out. Smirk manages the tech. Not going to see any robberies like that, but the percentages in stocks certainly leaning in Smirk's favor right now. At the very
Gotta
least,
jump.
this character
Oh, he
cannot
does
do much
not.
about Plasma Breath. Yeah. That linear recovery is going to really not like seeing that parabola of pure fire and acid and whatever on Earth.
And Ken is like, side B is
Plasma
like
right there.
essential for Ken's recovery. Especially since most of Ridley's moves, like his good moves, hit you towards the side block. Like, oh.
Smirk finding himself in the corner and bursting his way
Oh,
out.
tries
Doesn't
to-
get anything into the Shoryu that he would like,
Looks for maybe an air dodge read. Oh,
but great
Tried
confirms out of that down tilt.
stinky
Ridley will
leg
be
was popping.
roundhouse kicked into the side. And not the best corner to find yourself in if you're Rydra at this deficit, but manages to at least get that side B. Don't you just love a nice quick command grab that just carries you across the entire stage?
Of course.
Not quite positioned to do the 2-frame with Plasma Breath. That tends to be what makes this matchup really miserable, but he does catch Smirk jumping out of that corner.
Ridley's back air. It's not like a safe move, but it'll definitely hurt when it hits. And just like that, after being down, he's got a pretty decent lead right now. And Ken right now, ooh, good air dodge.
Last hit,
Directional air dodge
at least in
forward.
Ken's regard.
Right.
Just last stock scenario, game 5.
We know
Dash
Rydra. We know how the oh no. Oh, he didn't have anything. Oh,
Oh, he catches that with a spike. Excellent clutch out of
the
Smirk.
crumbled oh, Rydra.
That is exactly how you close that out. Rydra unhappy to see it.
It looked bad, like, because Ken can extend, like he could get up air and then land and then do another up air.
Absolutely.
But he didn't have any more platforms.
No,
so
yeah,
he's like,
in that
let me just-
situation, I absolutely cannot blame you for pressing a defensive button, but
I'm
Smirk
Ken.
sees that has the capacity
You
to
are
happen.
scared, you are air dodging, and my fist is blessing your